Sydney arrived with just one victory at the MCG in 13 matches since the 07 season, and the Swans were looking to make Adam Good's 300th game that much more memorable. The dual Brownlow medalist, a key performer in the Swans' 4-match winning streak. Defender Ben Stratton came in for Luke Bruce, but the big watch at Hawthorn was how would Lance Franklin come up after suffering bone bruising in the 20-point loss to Geelong last week.
I don't think anybody at this ground thought he would play, but he's playing tonight.
Luke Hodge put it on a plate for Max Bailey to notch Hawthorn's opening goal. Franklin too slow early on and was caught by Martin Matner.
Oh, not a good look!
Buddy then unwittingly shook off an official tagger. From a turnover across half-back, Michael Osborne saw his opportunity a little more than 2 minutes from the first change.
It's the only option, mind you. Here's Osborne. He's through. Osborne in the pocket. Bounces it goalward. Did it brush the post? I don't think so. That was very clever. The pro's pro gets the goal.
The Hawks swooped back into scoring territory in no time.
Rioli gets a second crack. Played Rioli. Puopolo, they've got 3. 2 in less than a minute.
The Swans single point, their lowest opening quarter score in 5 years. Franklin showed good strength and acceleration to gain possession, but he was firing blanks.
There's no bad pockets when it comes to Buddy. There's just bad kicks or good kicks.
Paul Puopolo's work reflected the Hawks' dominance.
And that's a lively looking kick. Oh, he's kicked 2.
As Collingwood coach Mick Malthouse brought along his family, Goods was in the wards with a knee injury that required strapping.
Here's where the knee was damaged.
Shane Mumford matched Bailey's effort as the ruckman to score his team's first major, before Goods sprung into action.
So Goods takes the advantage, runs in 5.50 and gets the goal. That's going to make him feel a whole lot better.
Franklin continued to take fine marks. Puopolo popped through his third of the night before Cyril Rioli chalked up his 100th career goal.
He's brought up the tongue.
Hawthorn covered most of the Swans' scoring options, and Goods became Sydney's go-to man.
Goods, can he get enough on it? He does! And he's kicked a couple, the champ.
When Luke Hodge booted the Hawks' 9th of the game, club president and former right-wing premier was leaning to the left. Inside the final 2 minutes of the half, Franklin finally found the big sticks.
Well, Franklin could do this, but he could do it, and he does.
At half-time, Hawthorn 10-5-65, Sydney 4-1-25. Chance Bateman extended the Hawks' lead early in the third quarter. Daniel Hannaberry's night was over after dislocating his shoulder for the second week in a row, before Bateman was on the board once again.
Gives it across towards Bateman. Rioli gave him the footy goal.
The Swans found an extra gear, kicking 3 goals in 4 to be 5 goals down.
Backing him up was McGlynn. Slips a hand pass away to Kennelly. An unlikely goal scorer, Kennelly. Bounces it through. Here they come.
Gary Rowan was quiet before this.
And the big fly by Rowan. Sydney within 4, basically. They are coming.
4 goals last week, Ryan O'Keefe kicked purposefully to drag the Swans within 3 goals at the final change.
You'd think this is a soda for him. It is. Sydney have kicked 5. They're coming hard now.
Sydney's opening goal in the final term came from Jared McVeigh, his first major since the recent death of his newborn daughter, before the Hawks had an answer.
Good kick. So Shields and Lewis, a couple of hard men, get goals in the last quarter.
Franklin kicked 6 goals 6 the last time the Hawks faced Sydney, and he streaked away to ensure a winning lead.
Buddy wants to turn into a foot race. He leads back. He's going at his second. And how timely is that? Hawthorn
full of cheer when Franklin came to the fore with 2 in a minute.
Buddy will get another one over the top. This could be the clincher. In he goes. Well played.
David Hale and Matt Suckling kicked the Hawks' final goals to book a preliminary final against Collingwood, while the Swans' MCG curse continues. Full-time Hawthorn 19-8, 122, Sydney 13-8, 86.
We were pretty disappointed last week, losing to Geelong, so we had to bounce back today, and boys fought it out hard. They're a terrific team, and we just had to win the contested ball, and we were able to do that and come away with a win.
We are the mighty Fighting Hawks!
Charles Christian, Big Pond Sport.